How's everybody doing? DommyGun Rici here, coming to you from the Low Bag Laboratory in Franklin Square, Long Island, New York. Happy to be with you. This is a show we're going to be calling Chopping It Up, and what we're going to be doing is chopping it up when it comes to sports betting. I'm going to try to cover every topic I could find. I'm going to try to uh, have on the show with me some of our favorite handicappers, some of the guys who've been proven uh, good handicappers, have been doing shows and giving out picks for a lot of years now, and I will definitely be trying to help you guys out with all that kind of stuff. It's really sports betting, sports handicapping A to Z, and that's what chopping it up is going to be all about. I would have a whole bunch of different topics to do. Next week, we'll start having some shows on those topics, anywhere from just like the basic rules of handicapping, just, things from everything kind of I would like to hit from the basic rules, like I say, to betting individual sports, to different systems, theories, disciplines. There's a lot of stuff that we can learn. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of new uh, sports handicappers, guys getting into the business, guys trying to make that transition maybe from a recreational to more of a semi-pro or pro type sports handicapper. And that's all the kind of stuff we're going to talk about. We'll do shows about everything, line movements, even as much as even talking about what is a pro handicapper, what is a sports bettor and a sports handicapper. Is there a difference? Things like that. Like I said, plenty of things to go on. We have people that I could bring on that can talk to you about parlays and how once in a while making a parlay bet is a logical bet. We'll have some people on talking about the -1 line, a little bit of a debate that I've had over the years. And I think I just don't understand it well enough. So we're going to have that debate about -1 lines, about parlays, round robins, things like that, as, say, for instance, for one show. I have a whole bunch of ones written down. I have about 10 shows lined up that we could do. Some of them are going to be recorded. Every 3 or 4 shows, what I like to do is I'm going to try to make them short and hit like one topic at a time. And then every once in a while, we'll do a live show with a panel and with the chat. And let's see where everybody else thinks about. Let's see where everybody else does. Let's see where you think I'm wrong or what I'm saying. Let's see where you think I'm right. Maybe together we can come up with a better system, something that would help all of us for our main goal. We're not against each other, guys. We all know that. I don't think everyone knows that, but I know the guys we run with, the low bag crew, which I will get into more too as time goes on. We know that we know better. So there's just some of the things I want to chop up with you. And like I said, it won't be just me as a tell-all. I'm going to be relying on some of our favorite handicappers, some guys that some of you know, some guys that some don't know. Hopefully, as the show grows, we get more and more people that aren't familiar with what we do, and maybe we can help them along also. The market's changing, guys. I think lines are changing. I think the market is changing. I think that a lot of us, a main rule of a lot of us, let's put it that way, was getting that early line, getting that first jump. I'm not sure if that's the same anymore. I think that's changing, and I'm going to go into why probably on our first show we'll do something like that. But anyhow, that's my idea about chopping it up. We'll see if it flies. I think it's helpful. We have a lot of pick guys out there, a lot of shows doing picks. The ones that I follow, the ones that I think are good, there are very few. But I do or have been lately watching a lot of them so I can kind of review them, and we could do a show just about that. Who to follow, why you should follow, should you buy a pick, who you should buy picks from, things like that. Pros and cons. There are pros and cons on all of that. And my attitude on things like buying picks has changed over the years. So only because of the people that I've met, the few that do sell them that I think are very reputable. And if I didn't have the time to handicap myself, I would probably use that their service too. So we'll go into all of that. We've been this low bag family, this low bag crew for going in on 5 years now, starting October. And for those of you who don't know, what we did was I just really let me just talk from my experience. I stumbled on the show on YouTube. It'll be 5 years ago, starting 4 full years from this October. It starts the 5th year, and I don't know why I have a hard time putting that together, but well, we could. That's another show completely. But the low bag crew really started out because, like I said, from my experience. I was watching about 5 or 6 years ago. I started watching a lot of the college football shows because that's what I do worse. I should say capping. I was never a good college football guy. I never really paid as much attention to it as I should. And when I made that transition from coming out of a recreational gambler, I needed help with the college football. And just by trying to find some information out, things, this and that, I stumbled across Peter Loshak and Ian Cameron actually doing a college football show. Then when I seen Peter doing a different kind of show, at that time they were with SBR, I noticed he was doing a show about the games for the day, breaking down every game, whether it was hockey, whether it was baseball, whether it's football. They were breaking all the games down, and I just love that concept. And then, of course, that's when we met Jimmy the Big. And after 5 minutes of listening to him, I don't know about you guys, but I fell right in love with the guy. I think he's genuine, just like Peter. I think they're straightforward. They don't mind saying when they're wrong. They don't lie about what they make, what picks they put out. They won't give you out stale lines. Just a whole plethora of things. So we're going to get more into that. I want everybody to know really about the low bag crew, and I'm going to make it my business to grow this low bag family bigger than it already is. We know there's a core 30, 40 of us that started from the beginning, and we're still there basically. It's still the same guys, and it grew. Over the last couple of years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, even this over the last summer, we have added to our crew, and everybody has contributed just as much, whether they started with us 6 months ago or been with us the whole time. Everybody contributes. Everybody's learning from each other. We have old guys like me. I'm 64 years old. We got guys in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. There's some girls. One of them, who we call the Queen of the Low Baggers, affectionately known as Red Girl. We have a good round, group of players, handicappers that all together, we cap together and we win together. And I don't mind saying that we win together. Of course, we all lose. Of course, we all have bad streaks, but I know I've become a better capper by just running with these guys and girls, and hopefully I can help you guys do the same thing. So that's what Chopping It Up is going to be all about. And as the weeks go on, you'll learn more about everything I was talking about. What I want to do is just do a little introduction today about Chopping It Up, and just go into one thing I found quick before. I was going to start from the beginning with with certain things that I think we should all do, certain guidelines I think will help you become a better sports handicapper. But I ran across these systems for rookie quarterbacks, and since we're going into week 2. As I'm doing this show now, we're going into week 2, but these systems have nothing to do with week 1 or 2. They have to do with, really the full season of the first year of a rookie quarterback. So I got 4 or 5 different systems that I learned and I found researching throughout different sites that I use, and throughout myself, I've been putting together notebooks, legal pads, papers. I write down on papers and stuff. The old Catholic school way, I guess it is. And that's just the way I retain. Even if I see something on the computer, I'll print it out, because it's just hard for me to go back and forth like that. So I still do it kind of the new way and the old way combined. But I did run across these systems. I figured they might be helpful with us with these rookie quarterbacks. I know we have a lot coming out this year. I know that There's a lot of talk about these rookie quarterbacks. There's a lot of hype behind these rookie quarterbacks. So maybe some of these systems might reel us in a little bit, might keep us just something in the back of our head to keep in mind when we're capping these games with the rookie quarterbacks. None of these systems, like any system, like any theory, like any discipline, there's no one, like, I can't give you a system that you would say, oh, I'm just going to bet the game off of that, right? I don't think you should do that with anything. I think that systems like this, stats like the ones I'm going to give you, are helpful in the general knowledge of what we're trying to do. So that's what we're going to just touch on today. I got a quick 4 or 5 systems for you guys, and let me just jump right into it. Sorry if I'm looking down a little bit, get a little out of practice for recording. It's been a while, but it's good to be back, that's for sure. Been crazy last year or two. Has been crazy, and I was going to do this really right before COVID started is when I started talking about doing this. Then, of course, I just, like everything else, got switched around, changed around. Then when everything came back this year, I was going to do these kind of shows, and then I figured, you know what, let me just wait and see how baseball goes, which is still my favorite sport to bet. And then NHL, it really isn't football. Football's close, but it's baseball and hockey is still my favorite. But I figured I'd wait till this time of year. We got college football now. We got the NFL now. We got MLB now. So a show like Chopping It Up, I think, will be very helpful in the coming weeks. At least I hope it will be. So, but the live shows, you guys will tell me, and we could only improve it from there. So hopefully everybody gets in tune with this, and we just keep it going. But anyhow, let me hit some of these college football. College football. It is Saturday, and that's what's on my mind of what games am I taking today and things like that. So excuse me for that one. NFL, rookie quarterbacks. Let's go. Since 2004, this one dates back to 2004, and only because in 2004 we still have a quarterback still starting for the same team as he was in 2004, and that is our friend Big Ben Roethlisberger, who had a nice first week, a little surprising first week. Ben did come out in 2004 with 15 starts, 14-1 record, and the team did have a 23.5 offensive points per game. So he had a pretty good first year there. 10-5 ATS, 7-8 over and under. He took over a team that was 6-10. So that was a good move. And what you'll find out from this first system that I got for you is that teams have fared well pretty much. More than not, when getting a rookie quarterback, the next year their winning percentage did go up. So here's the stat I found for you guys. Out of 46 teams who picked rookie quarterbacks since 2004, 14 of them did not have a winning percentage better than the year before, but 28 did. 4 of them stayed the same. So 28 teams improved out of the 46 teams that picked rookie quarterbacks since 2004. What is surprising to me was that since 2013, the numbers changed a little bit. Those who started at least 7 games. So what they did was they based this stat or this system, I guess. I don't know which word to use. I guess stat is these guys have started at least 7 games. So these rookie quarterbacks started at least 7 games from 2013 to now, and they're 117, 213, and 2 straight up. 35.5 winning percentage. That's since 2013. So the number has dropped since the 204 statistics that I gave you. The ATS since 2013 with plays that started more than 7 games, 47.7 against the spread. So something to keep in mind. I just think things like that are a little bit interesting, little nugget to keep in the back of your head. A little bit with these ATS stats, especially long term, and we will be doing shows on stats if what stats are good, what aren't. A lot of these stats are fluff. A lot of these stats don't mean nothing. I feel like they just write them in some of these websites. They just write them to add more stuff to look at. I don't really care that your team has won is 10-3 on a Tuesday. Things like that. Just bog my mind that they put them down. But I guess they have to add content, and fluff is fluff. So determining what stats are fluff is something that I think I've become pretty good at over the years, and it's a little thing that I think will help us in the long run. So that's just an example of some of the stuff we're going to be covering on some of the shows, things like that. And I really feel my personal feeling is that these ATS stats can't be 100% accurate. Now, these systems I got, the author of these systems, and I got to grab his name. I did get some of these from VSiN, the Vegas Sports and Information Network. Some of this stuff is things I wrote down over the years that I didn't really write down where they came from. Some of the stuff I got from a guy on Yahoo Sports. So I will get their names. I should have had their names for this broadcast. I'd like to give credit where credit is due. But let's face it with these ATS stats. I get a line of 7, you get one of 6.5. We know that half a point can mean a big difference. So, I think they're pretty accurate when they give you a 51.9 against the spread stat. But is it that accurate? Is it 1 or 2% off in winning and in return on investment and in profit? Yes, a percentage or two is big. I don't know how big it is when talking about against the spread stats, but just something to keep in mind. Something maybe you didn't think about. I'm sure most of you, realize that already. But listen, there's a lot of people ask me some questions that some of them they preface it by saying this might be a dumb question, but in my eyes there are no dumb questions. Only not asking the question is dumb. So I'll try to hit things that every little angle I can. I'll try to hit when it comes to helping guys out with their handicapping. But let me keep going on. So I told you about the 213. I told you about the teams and how they did overall since 2004. Let's try this one. Postseason. Rookie quarterbacks in postseason. In the last 13 playoff games, rookies are 4-9 straight up and against the spread. Except for Flacco. You guys remember that 209 Raven run for Joe Flacco. And if you take that away from that 4-9 straight up and against the spread, that stat would become 1-7 because of what Flacco did in that 209. So if we took out that 209, postseason rookie quarterbacks only went 1-7 instead of the 4-9 for those 13 playoff games. So that's something that, again, a little interesting, but it makes sense, right? I mean, I'm sure a bunch of you figured that out. It makes sense. Postseason, let's face it, we all know postseason's a different animal than regular season, especially in like the hockey, in that National Hockey League, in the NBA. It's almost like two different sports, let alone two different seasons. So we all know why postseason. And for a rookie quarterback, that's just more pressure. And he's been dealing with it the whole time, So more pressure, a game that means a lot, a division game. Division teams usually know the teams a little bit better. They study the quarterback more. The non-conference type teams we only see every 3 or 4 years. So it would make sense that in the division they keep, more track of that stuff. And the rookie quarterbacks seem to have a digression in, is it regression or digression in the postseason? So another thing, that's something to keep in mind. This I thought was kind of interesting. Rookie quarterbacks have had some success early, but not mid-season. Weeks 4 through 15, they have a since 2003. This one's since 2004. Since rookie quarterbacks mid-season weeks 4 through 15 is what ones they mark down are 85 and 160 straight up. 107, 137, and 6 against the spread, which is a 44.5% ATS. So they hit that mid-season wall. It seems like that also kind of makes sense. These rookie guys, they come out, they're all, hyped up. They're all in a new team. They all just got their first big contract. Adrenaline maybe is helping them out the first couple weeks. The playbook is simple. your teammates are really helping you out a lot. But as the season goes on, games get more intense. The playbook might get more expansive. There's more expected of the quarterback. So I can see why that maybe they went into a little bit of a brick wall, um, you know, uh, in their first season. So something to keep in mind. But still, a 44.5% ATS with rookie quarterbacks from after week 4 is something that I think is pretty valid. One little exception was there was an exception. Oh, to add to that, on the road in weeks in the later part of the year on the road weeks 10 through 17, they're only 2-7 against the spread. These rookie quarterbacks, the last ones they checked, they tracked the last 27 games, and they went 10-17 on the road. No. They tracked the last 9 games and weeks 10 through 17, and it was 2-7 against the spread. So I'm not sure how far back that stat goes back. I didn't write down when that went back, but what I can tell you is but on the road in weeks 10 through 17, again, something that makes sense in my eyes. Another one I got for you are rookie quarterbacks. Okay, it was on the road 2013, so that's status. So let me try to make sense of my mumbo jumbo there. Rookie quarterbacks on the road from 2013 are for weeks 10 through 17 are 39% against the spread is the total. 33, 52, and 2 against the spread. That's the I wrote down that was the wrong stat I gave you before that. This is the right one. Rookie quarterbacks on the road from 2013, 40, 120 and 1 straight up, 73, 84 and 5 against the spread, weeks 10 through since 2013, and that's where I made my mistake. From weeks 10 to 17, it breaks up to 20 and 67 straight up, 33, 52 and 2 against the spread, 39%. So that's where the discrepancy was. The in general from 2013 and then weeks 10 through 17. Again, the reason stayed the same, even though I totally screwed up. That's that whole system and stat. But you guys that know me, you know how to read through my mistakes, and when I'm typing on Twitter through my typos, I didn't get the name King typo for no reason. So let's do a couple more I got for you. Rookie quarterbacks since 2012. When they are favored by +7 or more, of course, we all like the ones with the when it ties into the point spreads. When they are +7 or more, they have only won 17 games out of 18, 17, 16, 15 out of 115 games. They're 17 and 98 straight up. That's amazing. Only 17 wins and 98 losses straight up. 49, 59 and 7 against the spread, which is which is a lot better than that 17 and 98. But that's still only that ATS is only 44.5%. Against the spread, and they're scoring only an average of 17.5 points per game. So when you see those +7 points, where you might think, maybe I'll take a shot with this rookie quarterback and this team because they're +7. There's a reason why they're +7 and the other team's -7, and it looks like what might look like a good wager is not a good wager +7. But what is a good wager with rookie quarterbacks, and this is one of the few really that favor them, is when the point spread is -3 or more, they have really done well. Since 2011, rookies are 42 and 15 straight up, 31, 24 and 1 against the spread, 56.5% against the spread since 2011 when they are -3 or more. Interesting stat, I thought. Again, they're favored for a reason, I guess, and the team is gelling. The quarterback is gelling with his receivers, with his running backs, with his coaches. So I guess when you think into it, it makes some sense. I know some of you might be like, "Oh, he's a rookie quarterback and they have -3. Oh, I'm going to take the veteran +3." Well, if that's who they're playing, a veteran team or a veteran quarterback. Well, we know that that's not really true. Again, not that we could just pick out a game and say, okay, this week the Jets are -3 with a rookie quarterback. We got to take them. No, it's just something that we could keep in mind, something to put on our checklist. We have a fade checklist. We have a play on checklist. Let's say, for instance, that's something that we could add. On +7 on the fade, -3 on the play on. So keep in mind, rookie quarterbacks have fared well, and it's a good sample size since 2011. Another one, but just for a quick little nugget that I found in 2020, as I'm sure a lot of you remember, the Chargers, Justin Herbert, was involved in 4 games when the point spread was 3.5 points or more, and he won 3 of them. Only 2-2 against the spread, but he did win 3 out of the 4. I'd like to see. I should have looked it up, I guess, for this show. I'd like to see where what games he lost and by what point spread that was. But he did do well when they were favored by 3.5. He's a good quarterback, this kid Herbert. I think the Chargers made a good move with him and finally getting away from the stigma of Phillip Rivers, which started before last year. But I just think the Chargers, of all teams, needed a quarterback. It was it was them. Excuse me. A few more that I got before we get out of here, and hopefully, like I said, these systems help you guys out, and more so, just it's helping me get off the snide, as they say, and get me back into recording. I did this recording a few times, made a bunch of mistakes. The first one, I didn't have this plugged in. How about that for a nice mistake? One of them I made was too long. I wasn't looking at the camera. I was way out of practice from doing this for a while ago. It's been now. I was doing some pick shows in the past, and like I mentioned before, I was happy doing some pick shows. I did some baseball with Noli Knowles. I did some hockey with my friend Josh Point0. But I'm not just listen. There's a lot better at making picks and doing pick shows than me, and there's a lot better of guys who've been doing it for a while. And I'd rather turn you on to them and help you with making your own picks, and maybe getting some of them on to help us on how they, what criteria they use. Obviously I don't expect them to give us all their secrets, but let's see how they attack some games and stuff, and I'll let you know how I attack some games, and maybe, like I said, between all of us, we get something accomplished, and that is beating the bookie. So here's another system I got for you. Division opponents, again, have done well versus rookie quarterbacks. As a home division dog of plus 4.5 points or more, rookies are 3-20 straight up, 7-15-1 against the spread, 31.6% in the last 23 games. So division opponents, and when they're in the division and a home dog so the rookie quarterback is home dog versus division, and they're plus 4.5 points or more. Again, that goes against the rookie quarterback, 3-20 straight up, 31.6% against the spread last 36 games. Keep that in mind. The last 30 division games since 2012, with the total, which I'm a total player. I play more unders than overs. We'll go into that, but I love playing totals. If the total for these division games, and there's been 30 of them since 2012, if the total is 47 or higher, the under was 24-12. 24-12 to the under on these big high point spreads. 66.7% run. 24-12. With a winning percentage of 66.7. So, we got to take a look at those games when they're 47 or higher. These rookie quarterback division games, not home, division games since 2012, the rookie quarterback has not fared well. Or the team, some of these stats, come to think of it, really aren't just on the rookie quarterback; it's on the team also too, right? So, maybe it's a division game, and they're, maybe being a little bit more conservative with the rookie quarterback because of the importance of the division game, and these totals aren't going, over that 47. So again, something that something that I thought was pretty good, and that you guys would like. We told you about the postseason. We told you about division dogs. Let's see if I can find another one before I get out of here. Rookie quarterbacks have had success early, but not midseason. We went over that one. Division opponents have done well versus the rookie since 2013. We told you about the division games. I believe there might be one about the postseason. Another one about the postseason, but I can't find it right now, so we'll just keep it at that. I what I did love was these. Really, my favorite ones are the ones with the point plus 7 point spread, and I think it's worth going over again since 2012. Plus 7 more points. The rookie quarterbacks have only won 17 games, 17 and 98 straight up, with a scoring average of only 17.5 points per game. That's a big one to remember. And when they're favorite -3 or more, they have had that success. So some things I hope that you guys will like. Just something I want to do just to get myself rolling, just get myself back into the feel of doing some shows and stuff. And like I said, it's all about handicapping. It's all about us working together. You guys will learn more about the low baggers and who I refer to as the low bag crew. And I think some of you will be surprised at what we do and how formidable our crew really is. I mean, like I said, we're together now a full years. We started when Peter Loshak, that's the low, and Jimmy the Bag, that's the bag, started at SBR some years ago. So that's where we got the low baggers from. We have followed these guys throughout the last 4 years, and giving credit to Jimmy specifically, Jimmy the Bag. If you don't know who he is, search him. He's on Twitter at Jimmy the Bag. He's on YouTube. He has a show every day where they break down every game, and he doesn't do it where these are my picks. These are my picks. No. These are our picks, and that's the format he's always done. We work together with the chat. He's made it that the chat is part of the show, and he just facilitates basically, and of course gives his opinion. And him outright is a great handicapper. Let me make that point perfectly clear. But just the way we do things in the format itself is just something that's great, and it's something that I love. And the low bag family itself is something I'm close to. We've been on vacations together. We cap every day together. Some of us are in private chats, and I think all that kind of stuff, and I'll be doing shows about that, on how important that stuff has made me a better handicapper, and I'm sure it can make you a better handicapper too. So I give credit to for Jimmy for sticking it out. He's been through a couple different companies that he's worked for, and now he seems to have settled in with Pub Sports, and they are doing a great job. I got to give them credit, Pub Sports. I know a lot of the big thing now amongst our crew and amongst our people that follow, and there's a good solid 200-300 people now that follow the shows besides Jimmy the Bag on Pub Sports Radio and Pub Sports Talk. But they, like I was going to say, everybody's we be pubbing, and that's like the new saying. And DommyGun over here, I'll be pubbing too, and I have no disrespect against Pub Sports, but I'm a low bagger first. I promote the low baggers. I think that we are a formidable crew. These guys are my family. I love these guys. I hang out with them more than I do with guys I grew up with. So it's just something unique that happened. It happened organically, and it's great. But get back to Pub Sports. I give them a lot of credit for being smart enough to tap into this low bag crew, to be smart enough to let guys like Jimmy the Bag, Peter Loshat, Ian Cameron, Connor Mack do their kind of shows. do their shows and let them do it the way they want to do it. They let them go. There's no, no telling them what to do. There's no crazy marketing stuff. It's just all about. It's just sports handicappers talking and showing and giving out picks to sports bettors. That's what it is. It's not no marketing. There's no pretty faces in front of the camera. Obviously, not one now. Just reading off a teleprompter. That's not the case. So something I love. And they hit pretty much all stuff. I mean, they hit all different stuff. They hit MMA. We got some great MMA guys. Personally, a good friend of mine, Boston Nick, Fat Fist, a great MMA handicapper, along with Die Hard MMA, another great MMA handicapper, which is not my thing, not my sport, but still, these guys know what they're doing. Baseball, football, like I mentioned, Ian and Connor, Sharpies does things with them. Another Sharp and a little nutty is probably why I like him so much. Handicapper. Razor Sharp does horses every night. He has a horse show. If you guys want to learn about some horse betting, you guys want to, or you are horse bettors, or like I said, you want to learn, you check out Razor Sharp. These guys attack the horses every night. They are sharp guys. If you could cap a horse racing, you're pretty sharp. That's another sport that's a tough one, very volatile. But if you could handle that sport, you're pretty sharp. And Razor Sharp, not that he's no one trick pony, that's for sure. But he does a good job with the horse races, and they'd be glad to help you guys out. You go on that show and ask them any question you want, and they'll answer it. Like I said before, there's only dumb thing is not asking the question. So he's another guy. They'll let you know how to start betting horses, how to read a racing form, what things you should look for, why certain, horses do well in certain racetracks, horses for courses. Some trainers do better at Belmont than they do at Saratoga. Some do better with, 2-year-olds than 3-year-olds. So a lot of stuff to learn about the horse racing. And if you want to learn about it, even just for recreational, one thing I do is horse racing to me is a recreational bet. I'll do it once in a while. I used to be more into it until I started being more focused on being a part-time job. Handicapping and sports betting to me now is like a part-time job. Again, something we'll get into. But like I said, with these guys with the horse race, they'll help you with all aspects. So just to touch on a few different things, same with football, same with baseball. We're all here to help you guys out. I'm on Twitter. Twitter's a big thing. If you're not on Twitter, guys, you need to be. If you're a sports handicapper and a sports bettor, you need to be on Twitter. I'm at Dom541, DommyGun Rici right here, and I'd be glad to help anyone else, anyone I can. What I will be doing is try to help you guys get more familiar with the men that I mentioned and the shows that I mentioned, because they will help you become a better handicapper. No ego, they don't pat themselves on the back, and they're as quick to tell you that they went 2-5 as they are to tell you they went 5-2. So that's important, man. Transparency, nothing more important. So let me get out of this show by saying it is great to be back here. Great to be talking to you guys. Love being back. Hopefully I'll be doing some things with some old friends and, guys that and for the ones that you don't, I'll tell you, you'll be thanking me and you'll be patting me on the back for turning you on to some of the greatest handicappers and giving you some of the best information we can give you. Stuff that's helped me, because I wasn't, I've turned the corner a little bit and been profitable a little bit more every year the last few years. But listen, I am not satisfied, nor should anyone be satisfied, because this game will humble you in a heartbeat. But anyhow, that's what Chopping It Up is all about. It's all about, sports talk, sports betting talk, and handicapping A to Z. So look for us soon. We'll be on. We'll do some shows, record some shows, give you guys some tips and stuff, and then we'll hit the live shows and let everybody get involved. So until then, this is DommyGun Rici. Peace out. It is Saturday right now. It is the 18th of September. Hopefully you guys have a good Saturday. Hopefully you guys have a good NFL Sunday. And don't forget about baseball, because these last 2 weeks there's some interesting matchups and there's some lines that we could take advantage of. So keep that in mind. Every once in a while I'll throw out a pick here and there. But again, I'm not a picks guy. I'd rather help you make your own picks. So we'll keep it at that. Again, peace out. Love you guys. And we'll see you soon. God bless.